Hello, this will be a video example of doing a position fix with radar using our Radar Trainer Simulator and a practice exercise from our online home study course. We're going to do quiz 4.3, quiz 4, and then quiz 4, to the students, let me know we have a new set of instructions here on quiz 4 that we can put up here, and that brings with you all the detailed instructions, plus it gives the it gives the chartlets that we need. So there's two chartlets that we need for this quiz 403, and we're going to do question number 32, and that's marked in red because when we're done here it's going to be a video. The two that are already online as videos are right here, and these PDFs are interactive, so you should be able to, you can click that and actually go see the videos. So there's two examples already worked out. These are doing range and bearing fixes. Now we're in number 3. We're going to be doing multiple ranges. And so this is telling us the instructions of what to do. And so we go to the simulator, and what we want to do is go load quiz 4. These are in the instructions. Quiz 4, problems 31 to 34. And then you load that scenario. And then in the discussion, then this discussion tells us what we're supposed to do. And we're doing number 32, which is right here. Find the position of vessel B, and remember we always are defaulting to vessel A, so we have to jump to vessel B, and we're going to use ranges to La Plahume and Light A and Crevichon. I think that's a little island there. So those are the three that we use. Now you can look at those targets. Okay, that's done. That's what we're going to do. And we can look at the targets, and it's telling us to use 8A, 8. Here's Russell Channel. That's 8, but we're using the insert 8A down here. So this is the one we're using. But now with this new set of instructions, you won't get that wrong because we've got it in here, right? We've got the right one in here, and that's the one we're going to use. So what we are is we're going to be taking ranges to this island, this buoy, and this island, right? So that's where we're starting. And okay, so that's our situation. Now let me come back to the radar, and then we could look at this, but let's get on the right vessel first. This is not the right vessel, so it tells us we want to jump to, and then you click B. All right, so now we're on vessel B, so we're somewhere in here, and then let's see here. Then we're going to use the radar view. And so then we have to, as always, now you would know as you sail around the world, at some point you know where you are, and your job is to keep touch of where you are. So it's not like you're starting from scratch trying to figure out where you are. But in this case, we have to think about this a little bit because we're just dropped here. On the other hand, keep in mind that when you go, sometimes you just drive around the corner in your own neighborhood. Let's say you've sailed here around Puget Sound all the time, and then you all of a sudden go down, down to South Sound. You could just be 20 miles away, and the whole world looks different. So the idea of maintaining your situational awareness as you proceed all the time is obviously makes life easier in the navigation. Okay, so now let's look at our chart. Let me look at our chart. So here's what you would have on your deck. Oh, am I on the right vessel? I want to just double check. Where is the identify, repeat discussion, identify, B. Okay, so I'm on the right B, I'm on the right vessel, and I'm not moving, right, and I'm heading direction 20. All right, so let's just get oriented. Now this if we're looking at the radar screen and looking at that, I think we have a pretty good idea where we are here. This is this island here, and what's our range? Let's do something else that makes life a little easier. See, we're in a heads-up mode. Usually when you're doing position navigation from the radar, you're going to be better off with a north-up mode. So there's a north-up mode. And what's our heading? We haven't changed anything, so our heading is 020, true, and our speed is 0. So here's how we're oriented on the chart that we're seeing on the radar. Now our job is look at the chart and get a feeling for where we are, and we can see here's this island here is this little one here, and this is the bigger island, and this is that light over here. Now we can do, before we start doing ranges, we can do quick checks, real quick checks where we are here. That's sometimes faster, because when you're plotting ranges, you have to get out your arc, your compass, and draw arcs and so forth. But we can do a quick check where we are, because I see this thing here. I don't know what this is. I think this is probably the light A, and this I don't know, but we don't care too much as long as we know what the other things are. I mean, it could be a vessel that's parked out there behind us we don't know about. Obviously not on the chart, I don't think. Okay, so let's do a rough check of where we are, which we can do just by turning on the EBL. And let me just take, okay, so here's our line to the little island over here, and that has a bearing of 076. So I could come over here and I've got to get that in the PDF if I'm going to draw on it. Or actually, wait a minute, I think I'm doing it down here. Yeah, I need to draw circles. So, wait a minute, I can't, I've got to keep everything in view for the radar. So again, I'm simulating things with drafting tools that you're going to do a lot easier just with with your parallel rulers and dividers and so forth. But what did we just find? Let me go back here. We just found that the bearing to the small center of the small island was 076, true. So I can go in here, and now again I'm just using your parallel ruler, using a ruler, parallel rulers, and I go to 076. So that's that, and then I can just, once I have my parallel rulers lined up, then I can come over and draw this line coming through there. Right, wait, let me grab it. Okay, so something like that. So just a quick EBL says that we're somewhere on that line. And then let's see, it looks like if I look at this closely, there's a little knob right there on this island. Let me see if I see that on the radar. Oh yeah, I can see that. That's right there. So let me just take a quick, now again, this is not our exercise. Our exercise is asking for a more accurate fix than these EBL is usually not very accurate fix. But anyway, what do we have there? 105. 105. Okay, so 105. Let me come back up here, draw a line. That's my parallel rulers to 105. Is that right? Okay, 105 is there. So then let's go down here. Where's that little knob right there? Okay, and now again, this is not very accurate, but anyway, we're somewhere like here. We're somewhere about right there. So that distance, if I look at the scale here, this is 1 mile. That's like from here to here, from this light. I just wanted to be sure I understand where everything is. This light is about that distance away. I could rotate this, but do I even have to rotate it? It's like 2.5 miles. If I rotate this up, it's a little over 2.5 miles. No, there's 1 mile, so 0.25. 0.25. And sure enough, look, the range rings, here's us, here's the range rings. The range rings are 0.25. So this is 0.25. So that's our light that we're after. This For the time being, we just have to let it go. Maybe look out the window. There's a little boat parked behind us. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But anyway, so what we're after, we're going to use this island, and then the other thing it told us to use is this guy up here, and he's quite a bit further off. So let's go, let's increase the range just so I can go see that guy. Okay, well, maybe down one, maybe. Do I still see it here? Not quite, so I have to go up one. All right, so there's two things like dead ahead. Let me come back to the chart, and I've got to put in, let me just put in my heading for the time being. Again, this is all the things you would do, and you probably would have done, many times, because you're staying oriented, but I just want to get oriented. So that's my heading right there, my heading line. So that's my heading line, and then I'm arguing here. Oh, okay. So there we go. I'm seeing the island I want is on my right of my heading line. Yeah. So look at that. I'm pretty well oriented now. This thing here, this blob, this target is this island. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to move where you can see it. This target here is this island, and this one to the right of my heading island is that one, and that's the one we want to use for a fix. So now what we need to do is just get those distances to these islands. Well, I might as well just get the farthest one first. Now, can I get that on any better scale? Let me go down one again. I think I tested this. I'm going to go down one scale. No, that's 0.75. That thing is just over a mile past us. Okay, so let's just let's find out what that is. I turn the variable range marker on and go out. Oh, I've had it set. I'm going to practice this. Okay, so there's that, and there's a little edge of it right there. I'm going to go up just so I can just touch that edge. That's about it right there, 106. So I've got 106 to the distant island, and now I'm going to go to, I'm going to bring this range ring down, and I'm going to get to, let's see, which is the first one I get to. Oh, okay, so the next thing is this target here. But now I can definitely go to a higher scale. Whoop, wrong direction. I'm going down here. Can I go even more? Yeah, the smaller the range, the more accurate you're going to get on this. Okay, so let's just see where the range marker is. Okay, that's the range marker right there. I have to get a clean sweep. Okay, so that's about it. That's 0.35. Let me go down. That's up. That's 0.3. Variable range marker 0.35. Go up a little bit. Not going. Oh, okay. Variable range marker 0.35. It doesn't seem to be changing that much. I guess it's because of my scale. So I have 0.35 on that one. 0.35. Now I have to come and get this island over here. So I'm going to, or this is a light over here. Now your real radar, it's going to work a little smoother than what I'm doing with our simulator, right? So keep in mind that's going to work smoother. So that's about what I get there, 0.26. I'm getting about 0.26. All right, so I have 106, 0.35, and 0.26. Now we can go to the chart and figure out where we are. Okay, so let's go here, and I have set these. Let's see if I've set these right. I did a practice run just to save some time. Now, what you would do here, what is this line? Oh, nothing. Okay. What you would do is you would set, what's our first one? To the light, say. Let's get rid of our heading line. We don't need that. Just for the heck of it, I'll keep that here. That's our crude estimate from that. But now you would set your, this is the position of that target, and that's the one that was 0.26. So is this the smallest one? Yeah. Let's go here and see. I practiced this, but I'm not sure I got it right. Okay, let's put that here. But you would actually come here, oh, that looks like that's maybe slightly too big. I'm going to see if I can bring that down just a hair. Well, no, that's pretty good. There's 0.25. That's a little bit, that's maybe slightly too big. But you would put your dividers from here to here, and then with a compass, that means with a pencil on one side and a point on the other, and then you would bring that up to the target, which is here, and then you would draw an arc. Oh, that looks like those two are pretty close. You draw an arc like this, and then that range to that light tells you you're somewhere here. Again, we're using lights, not buoys, and so forth. Now, the other thing we used was this, this little island here, and that was 0.35. So let's see if I have that one set right. No, I don't. Let me make that's got to be a little bit bigger. So let's see if I can make that bigger. 0.35. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, that's 0.35. Well, if I do this, let me just grab this so I can see it. Oh, okay, there I can see it. And that was here. That was something like here. Right there. Okay, something like that. Now, those two intersect two places, here and here. So if I'm doing just ranges, then I could be here or I could be here. Both would give me exactly the same range. I have a little advanced knowledge because I did those quick bearing fixes, so chances are I'm about here, something like that. But now the job is to put in the range we did to this fellow here, which was this corner. And that, okay, let me just see if I have that set right. That was 1.06. Okay, let's just see. Now again, I'll go through how you would do this. Here's 1.06. So that looks pretty good. So I've just take this guy back up here and put it right there on the corner. Okay. Now, I got kind of a mess here because I have some extra lines. But here, now again, what you would do with your chart, now I'm doing this with his graphic tools just to do this without having to set up a camera somewhere. But here's one point. You would put your dividers with a compass point on it, stretched here from a point here to the 1.06 here. Then you would come up, put that point right here, and then you swing an arc. So you've got three arcs. And your fix is right there. So you see, this fix, this wasn't as accurate. So I can get rid of those. I was just using those, but you see that this illustrates the point that these kind of bearings aren't generally as accurate as ranges. First of all, they're always tied to the accuracy of the heading sensor, and that could easily be off a degree or so. So, and this is not, the range sensitivity is not depending on the heading. Okay, so there's your fix. And the answer would be, then the answer to this problem, we always want our answers relative to the center of the chart, which is here. I don't want to get confused. Well, you won't have this problem, I have. Okay, so I just go from here, and it goes down to here, and I get something like 220. Okay, so the answer, I get 220, and then the distance, we would have to take, now I don't know if I can do that here. Maybe I can do it. So this is just, but you would put your divide, okay, the answer, the direction is 220. We don't use latitude and longitude, we use range and bearing from the center. That's the way you tell your answer. And the answer is direction 220 true, and then you put your dividers from here to here, and then you stretch them across here to see the distance. And let's see if I can get that here. It's something like that. Now if I bring this guy down to here, then I could rotate it maybe. Let's see. Well, I don't know how well, it's not bad. Okay, I'm not going to get the exact answer until I rotate this right. But I get like 1.15 or something, 1.15 in direction of 220. Okay, so that's a solution of doing a bearing fix Excuse me. That is a solution doing 3 ranges. Generally, you can just do 2 ranges, but 3 resolves the issue of, are you sure you've identified all the targets properly? So that's the answer. That's the end of this.